Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
A 14-year-old boy fighting for his life tonight after being accidentally shot by his brother. Glad you're with us tonight at 11. That boy was rushed to the hospital and is at this hour in critical condition.
It happened near Shaner and 7 Mile on Detroit's east side. Jason Colthorpe is there live tonight. And Jason, this is just terrible. Do we know how it happened?
We do, Kim, and sadly it's going to sound very familiar. Let me give you a little lay of the land here at this corner home where this happened earlier. The scene clear now, but earlier this was all blocked off by police in front of this house and on the other side street here. Police telling me another case of 2 kids playing with a gun. Police tell us 2 brothers were in this home tonight on Fent when a 10-year-old found his dad's 20-gauge shotgun. Just after 8 p.m., he and his 14-year-old brother were playing around with it when it went off, hitting the older boy in the stomach. Police say he is critical tonight. Evidence techs working the home late into the evening. Many pictures taken in an upstairs room. Police removing the gun from the home and checking it into evidence. A little more than an hour after the shooting tonight, police leading the father and a younger boy from the house and into the back of a squad car, and they were taken away. Detroit Child Abuse Services were on scene handling this case, and right now we're told the 10-year-old is not under arrest. At this point, we don't know if the father will be charged either. Police say he was at work at the time. Now, we don't know much about the father, by the way, other than what police tell us. They say he was a military veteran. When I say that he and the younger boy were taken away, we believe they're at the hospital now to be with that other child, who we say, again, is critical, shot in the abdomen area in the front here. We're also not sure if there are going to be charges, but police tell me these guns were not locked up. There were more than one used, obviously, but not locked up. They say the boys found them in a closet. On the east side tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
And Jason, were the boys home alone by themselves then at the time?
There were a couple grandparents home as well. Police kind of described, there's still one here tonight, but he's described to me as elderly, doesn't speak a lot of English. These are some teenagers. Yeah. So dad was at work, but a couple of grandparents home with them at the time.
All right, Jason. And sadly, this is the second incident involving young teens and guns in as many days. Last night, we told you about a 15-year-old boy shot in the head in Pontiac by his 14-year-old friend. It's believed to have been an accident, but that teen who was shot is in critical condition tonight, too.
New tonight, an assistant at Thurgood Marshall Elementary Middle School in Detroit punished for how they disciplined a student. We're told the incident, which involved a 7th grader, happened last week. The Detroit Public Schools Community District says the child's parent was immediately notified and the assistant involved was disciplined appropriately. We should mention Local 4 has done several stories on Thurgood Marshall, and we remain committed to helping the students at that school.
A message of hate found in the library at Eastern Michigan University. Police now investigating and the school's vowing to get to the bottom of it. Let's bring in Mara McDonald, who's live tonight on campus with more. Mara.
Good evening to you, Devin. That message was found on a card the size of a business card in the library behind me this morning. Let me show you what it looks like. The student who found this says it was posted between the elevators in the library. Police now have it and are looking at surveillance video to see who may have put it there. The university sent out an email blast today to students and faculty alerting them.
The reason why, to me, it's such a big deal is because it's little subtle things like that like when people of color see that, it's like just another reminder that somebody doesn't want you here.
Somebody could have just put it there to just stir up mess because they know that's what people gonna do. Or some people may really feel that way. I know for a fact people really feel that way.
Last year, there were 2 incidents of racist graffiti scrawled on campus. One was a slur in a stairwell. The other was spray painted on the outside of a university building. In the email to students and faculty, University President Jim Smith says, in part, I assure you this investigation and identifying those responsible will be a high priority for our police. I also want to note that the racist vandalism incidents last fall remain under active investigation, with police having spent hundreds of hours on that effort.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I can't control how you feel, but at the same time, you doing the same thing that I'm doing. Me and you is no different. You're not on a higher level than me.
Back here live, the university is offering a $10,000 reward for information into all of these incidents, the two last fall as well as the business card in the library today. We are on the campus of Eastern Michigan University tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. Well, this new video shows what happened from a different angle last month when two men walked into the Dearborn police station with guns. The men charged recorded this entire encounter and put the video on YouTube. This new video, taken with a camera used by one of the men charged, shows them walking into the Dearborn police station for what they call an open carry protest. The situation is tense from the jump.
Dude, put that on the ground. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. I'm not talking. Put it on the ground now. Put it on the ground or you're dead. Listen. I will shoot you. I will put a round in you, sir.
Before now, we'd only seen this grainy police surveillance video as the men stood in the lobby wearing body armor, at least one carrying a gun.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? It's 100% lawful.
But this new video shows a very clear picture of what happened, as you can hear them arguing with police before being arrested. The men say they have the right to open carry and that police ambushed them for no reason.
Put your hands above your head. I'm not doing anything. You don't tell me what to do, dude. I'm your boss, you understand? My tax dollars pay yours. Give me my camera.
James Baker and Brandon Vreeland are charged with multiple felonies in this case. Both men were bound over to stand trial. The attorney representing the two declined our request for an interview.
A 72-year-old man is dead after two women fleeing from police crashed into his pickup truck. Happened on Woodward just north of State Fair. Detroit police tell us an officer tried to stop the tan car from turning the wrong way, but the driver sped off and crashed into the truck. Surveillance from the gas station shows the speeding car. We're actually stopping the video just before the moment of impact.
See the beige Intrepid flying past so quick, and then you just hear a loud boom, cloud of smoke.
Again, the driver of the pickup was killed, though his name has not been made public yet. New tonight, the family of 6 injured after their home was firebombed says whoever did this must have targeted the wrong home.
Yeah, this all happened last night on Otis Street in southwest Detroit. 2 adults, 2 teens, and 2 young boys were sleeping when the firebomb was thrown into the house. Original reports say the family thought this could be retaliation, which is something a family member is saying is not the case.
My stepdad and my mom are very well known in the neighborhood. All their neighbors are really fond of them. I don't understand why would someone want to even do something like this to my family. So I know for a fact deep down in my heart that this was not meant for them.
The whole family suffered smoke inhalation and most had severe burns. 2 of the children remain in the hospital tonight, but they and the whole family are expected to survive.
The president made no comment tonight during a health care rally in Kentucky after the FBI Director James Comey testified today and making 2 major revelations in the White House Intelligence Committee meeting. First, he dismissed President Trump's claims that President Obama had Trump Tower wiretapped. He also says the FBI is indeed investigating Russian involvement in the November election.
That includes investigating the nature of any links between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and the Russian government, and whether there was any coordination between the campaign and Russia's efforts.
White House, though, standing firm, saying the FBI is looking for something that doesn't exist. No timeline was given for how long this investigation is expected to take. Well, we're just hours away from a new ban on laptops, iPads, cameras, most electronics many of us bring on flights. Which flyers will have to leave those items at home or put them in checked luggage?
We'll have that coming up. And also tonight, man versus Mother Nature. See what happens when he tries to drive through a flood. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Kim, our first full day of spring has the sunshine that we missed today. Going to be on the cold side to start with temperatures just above freezing. That'll seem balmy compared to what we've got ahead. But first, man-made earthquakes shaking the ground in surprising places. What's behind the phenomenon, and are we at risk here in Michigan? Don't miss my special report next.
Troubling tremors in uncommon places. Man-made earthquakes becoming a problem where you would least expect them. Could a growing industry be the cause of these surprising quakes?
Yeah, Ben Bailey is here with a look at what's behind this phenomenon. Ben?
Yeah, it's got to be something because these numbers are getting ridiculous. Earthquakes, of course, one of Mother Nature's most devastating, terrifying displays of power. You probably think of them shaking the ground out in California or other parts of the world, but experts say they're popping up in uncommon areas, and it could be related to the increase in oil and gas drilling.
Earthquake, wait, it's still going. Look.
This is Oklahoma City 3 years ago. A 4.3 magnitude earthquake shook the heartland. The damage, well, it wasn't catastrophic, but it's important to note that this was just one of 579 earthquakes that year.
That's a little bit scary.
You think a big one is out there?
Probably, yeah.
In fact, as the drilling industry grew in Oklahoma, so did the amount of earthquakes at an alarming rate.
In between 2009 and about 2013, we ramped up to 30, 50, as many. I think in 2013, we had actually over 100 magnitude 3 and larger earthquakes. But then it kind of took off, and in 2014, we had 579. In 2015, we had 903.
That's right. There wasn't a steady climb, but rather a colossal jump. Oklahoma, like Michigan, not known for earthquakes. So why is this happening? Dr. Jeremy Boak says these man-made or induced earthquakes are the result of mineral exploration companies drilling disposal wells down to a level in the earth that contains ancient seawater. When companies drill for oil and gas, they also bring up wastewater, which needs to go somewhere. So it's pumped back into the ground in the disposal wells, which have been created to handle these fluids.
We just oversaturated the ability of that rock formation to take the water.
And that's when the ground becomes unstable and faults are triggered. Once the layer above the basement level of rock is disturbed, a pressure pulse pushes the stabilizing pressure out of place and creates the opportunity for earthquakes. Oklahoma's rate of 2 or more earthquakes a day has subsided recently. The price of oil and gas has gone down, so the demand to drill is down as well. But in 2016, a 5.8 magnitude quake hit the town of Pawnee. It's the largest quake in Oklahoma's history. Could that happen here?
We don't have those kind of conditions in Michigan. We don't, most of the injection wells operate at very low pressures.
That's Hal Fitch. He's the state geologist and director of Oil, Gas, and Minerals Division of the Department of Environmental Quality. He says they've been keeping an eye on this situation in Oklahoma, and a plan is in place.
Kind of a stoplight approach where you monitor and look for potential indications, and then you step up your regulations as needed. We haven't had that kind of situation yet in Michigan, but we're prepared for it.
As for Oklahoma, they are paving the way in how to monitor and prevent these man-made incidents.
Keeping an eye on the rate at which you're disposing of water, and finally trying to keep the disposal zones up away from those crystalline basement rocks.
We're watching the situation. We've never had an instance of a triggered earthquake in Michigan, but we're watching it. We know what the potential problem areas might be.
So here's a shot of the earthquakes in the last 24 hours out in Oklahoma, and you can see almost to the average, there's 2 of them right there. It's not big, it's a 1.8 magnitude quake, but you bounce over to California and it's really nothing compared to what they have out there. In fact, that red dot just showed up within the last 10 minutes. They've gotten more than 2 dozen just within the last day.
We get a little cavalier with just how routine they are there. But
that's true.
I lived in Oklahoma for about 6 years in the 90s, and it just wasn't a part of
You don't remember any of it? It wasn't that.
2 interesting things, though. They say that stopping this will not necessarily make the earthquakes go away, and it could actually make them worse. So that's one thing. And secondly, the one word you did not hear in this piece is fracking.
Fracking.
That was not related to these deep water
That's a
drilling.
separate process,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I see.
Fascinating, though. Wow.
It really
A lot of
is.
stuff
The
to watch.
numbers. Yeah.
All right, take us into the first full day of spring. Let's look at better things.
Much nicer around here, that's for sure. Temperatures are going to be our concern tonight as we look at 39 here in the city. Down to the south, they've had some remarkably mild temperatures. In fact, we showed you earlier at 5 and 6. There were some 70s down around here in parts of the state of Missouri. It's 62 right now in Kansas City and still in the 60s in St. Louis. We are not getting that. Usually we sort of tease you and say, hey, look what's coming here, but that's not the case. It's all coming from the north as we're going to see temperatures move downward as we go into the upcoming couple days. 39 is where we're at. Calm winds, though. Skies are going to continue to clear tonight, and that will set the stage for a couple areas could see some fog. We had some showers roll through earlier, but just a couple sprinkles north of I-69 is just about all that's left. And really out to the west, there's not a whole lot to look at. Just a couple of very light sprinkles at best. We've got high pressure settling in, which is going to keep us dry. It's not necessarily going to warm us up. In fact, this next front comes through dry. Behind that is a reinforcing shot of cold air. So these temperatures that we've got out now will pretty much seem balmy compared to some of the morning starts that we're going to be dealing with coming up. 35 is where we're going tonight. Areas of fog start forming, especially in those areas that clear out, mainly in our west zone. We'll be watching that. And as far as high temperatures go tomorrow in our 4 zone, we will see our warmest temperatures on the east side, which will be last to see those cold front pass through. Low 50s here right along the river, 52 in Detroit, 52 also downriver. And in our south zone, temperatures will be in the mid 50s. In some of these places, it'll be the last to see the front clear, but there will be 40-degree highs where that front comes through early. 48 out in Howell, 47 in Fenton. Flint, you'll be at 46. And some of our chilliest numbers will be up here in our north zone, 43 and 44 for Marlette, Sandusky, North Branch, and maybe up to 50 as you get down to M59 tomorrow afternoon. Look at that high temperature on Wednesday, only a degree warmer than where we're going to start out tomorrow morning. We will be seeing plenty of sunshine coming through for the next few days. And then as we get into the weekend, just as we get those temperatures to where folks will get out to enjoy them, that 60-degree number on Friday, here comes the rain. And we've got plenty of chances there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you've got outdoor plans this weekend, umbrellas at the ready.
Be a wash. All righty.
Thanks, Ben. All right, causing controversy, a nail salon's new policy is raising some eyebrows. Why overweight people are being charged more for services.
Also, a massive apartment fire in Kansas still going, spreading to homes that are now blocks away from the original fire site. What is fueling it all? Just ahead. Hank?
We love our pets. They're members of the family, and so we should know what we're feeding them.
Look for natural, fresh.
Just reading those top ingredients to make sure I recognize all the labels.
But one expert says we may not even be paying attention to what really matters.
They really should pay less attention to the ingredients and more attention to the nutrients.
I'm Hank Winchester, and this is my dog. Tomorrow at 11, we'll reveal some common pet food mistakes and show you what you should be doing to keep your animal safe.
Welcome back. Eminem's ex-wife will be back in court in 90 days. Documents showed Kim Mather's alcohol and drug tests were diluted during her probation for a drunk driving case. The judge said she wasn't educated properly and it was accidental due to her compliance. This case will be revisited in June.
Troy Public Schools Community District filed a lawsuit against the state school reform office. The lawsuit is to prevent the state from forcing the closure of failing schools in the district. This is after the office identified 16 schools for potential closure.
Right now, crews are still on the scene of an apartment fire in Kansas that's been burning for more than 6 hours now. We first told you about this story today at 5. The Overland Park apartment complex was under construction, so nobody was living inside. But strong winds caused the flames to spread to at least 10 nearby homes. Investigators suspect construction materials and chemicals inside the apartments may have aided in the fire spreading. But there's no word on how it started. 3 firefighters suffered minor injuries. Starting tomorrow, the U.S. government is putting a temporary ban on passengers bringing electronics on certain flights from the Middle East and Africa. Things such as laptops and iPads won't be allowed as carry-ons for passengers boarding non-stop flights to the U.S. from 10 specific airports in those countries. The reason for the ban hasn't been made clear. The ban was revealed by Royal Jordanian Airlines. A public announcement from the U.S. has not been made yet.
He didn't stand a chance. Watch what happens when a man tries to drive his car through a raging flood in Peru. Doesn't take long for his car to go over the edge of the road and then smash right into a boulder. Luckily for him, he's able to climb out through the shattered windshield. 72 people thus far have died in the Peruvian flooding caused by the heavy rains.
A Tennessee nail salon put up a sign about a new policy, and it's causing controversy across the country. The sign says if you're overweight, pedicures cost $45 due to service fees. Normally, the charge is $30. The owner denied putting the sign up, but says he's not serving those who are overweight because he claims it's too difficult to give overweight people pedicures and that they've broken chairs in the past, costing him money.